Hey everybody, it's Mike from Monkey Fab. Thanks for dropping in and checking out the channel. Been cracking along on the Phoenix. So today I'd like to try to tackle a couple things. I'd like to get the lines for the transmission cooler ran. We're just going to run those right to the radiator and use like a stock style. Because we got those fittings in, so excited about that. And I'd also like to tackle the lower radiator hose. So without further ado, let's get to cracking on that. So we got this guy right here, which is one of these 360-degree turnaround gillies. So what we're going to be doing is taking this guy here and moving it upside down cam over to here. I can't do this. You guys can't do this. We're going to take this guy and we need to get it over to there, and you can't see because it's right here. This guy. Okay, that guy just popped right out, relatively uneventful, which is what I like. What I like in projects is uneventful. So this guy came out, and it's like that radiator, like thermostat is like rusted in there. It doesn't want to come out. Anyway, no big deal. I got another thermostat. And this it came with the gasket around it, so hopefully that'll work. What we'll do is we'll just throw a little nub right there. So this little nub right here, it's kind of like too long for the recess. It's kind of pushing shit over. So I think I'll trim that down just a hair, just to make sure everything's doing what it's supposed to do. It'd be nice to get everything together or not have to spend days on leaks. I'm sorry about the roosters and stuff. I just noticed that the other day. I was editing one of my videos, and I'm so used to it that I don't really notice. We's out in the country, about as country as you can get for Houston anyway. Before I throw sealant on this guy, I think I'll just go ahead and mock everything up real quick and make sure I got everything pointing where it's supposed to be going and get the hose on there. I found this old nasty hose off the Pontiac. It doesn't seem to be too terribly bad. There's a little part I cut. It's kind of clean in there, but it's bad. It needs to be replaced. I'm not even gonna fool myself. I need to figure out what the hell to do with these heater hose lines. Like one. Can we kind of point you in line with what we're doing? Hopefully that'll work. What do we got now? Oh yeah, that if that is way too big, of course, which is not its fault. It's the fucking. Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. That'll actually work if I can get a goddamn clamp on this. That's way too big there. This guy is working. But the problem is, the end of it is like all expanded from heat and overuse and whatever else. So it's actually, other than that, it fits perfect. Like first time try, it fits awesome. So I guess I'll be headed to the store and buying one of these radiator hoses for a '78 Pontiac Phoenix. So with that said, I'm gonna just throw it on, just have some mock-up, and then move on to the transmission stuff. Guy on there, you can see I'll just go right to the radiator, which is what I was hoping for. That's cool. So right above this guy is one of the fittings I just ordered. So we got the transmission. It's got these lines on it right here. And I want to take it to the radiator. See the radiator hose a little better here. So it goes from there down to there. And other than this old nasty, that's easily fixable. So this guy had some fittings in here. So I kind of thought that they were just part of how it's built, but they're actually like step-up fittings. So I got to looking at it and I thought, hey, that kind of looks like it is something screwed in there. So let me try to take it out And I did, and that worked out pretty well because it got these smaller guys, which are a lot easier and cheaper than the bigger ones. So what we're going to do is just going to pull those lines from the tranny. You can kind of see it sticking out way down there. It doesn't want to focus, no big deal. So we'll pull that tranny line, we'll run it through here and up to this guy here. I kind of wish that I had the manifold stuff, but I don't. So we'll just do the best we can. Maybe we can run along that rail. I got these cool little zip tie connectors that are like the little OEM. Zip tie around and then shove it through the hole. I saw a few holes. Maybe we can do something with that. That would be cool. So you never come over here and get this angle. So let's get an angle from this side. Something new and exciting. This kit off of eBay. We do a lot of eBay shopping, unfortunately. And it's just some industrious young man. Easy dealers. Just cut off some -6 line and threw some fittings together. But they weren't the fittings I needed. So I'm hoping that the ones for the transmission, I haven't really messed with it. I figure with all these, they sent me 4 different connectors. A big one and a small one. So I'm thinking, hopefully, one of those two will work to get the, so I'm hoping one of those will work to get the oil lines to the transmission. I just need one. These are the guys that were in the, these are the guys who were in the radiator. So basically all they did was just, take these guys, pull them out, threw this guy in my little bolt sizer guy, which is pretty handy. It's like one of those plastic things with little nuts and bolts in it, and you can just go up and boop and see what it is. And it was, I want to say it was like 9/16. Would you guys like me to check for you so I can tell you the size, the actual size? I can do that. Another quick note while we're down here, I got my oil filter on, which is right here, just like all oil filters. So my problem with this is I went ahead and you'll see like a stack of oil filters over here. This is what happens when you drink too much and you shop on Summit or Jegs or whatever, and you've got a project that's been going on way too long. You forget that you've ordered this and that and whatever. So I've had a pile of oil filters just from, you know, all the projects that have rolled through. So you get them, you know, you see it and you're like, oh yeah, you know, what's this? And you throw it up there and it doesn't fit and you think like, oh well, you know, maybe this is for a different car, you know, one of my other cars. And so you get another one and it doesn't take but like, you know, a few times before you're like, so what the hell is going on? So last time I was at O'Reilly's, I picked up a Wix filter for this guy, specifically for an F-body, because the pan is an F-body pan, and so I took it out and I knew, like, hey, this is the oil filter for this car, this pan, and I want to keep it the same, so, you know, it's easy. You know, someone can look and say, oh, it's an F-body pan, and just go get an F-body oil filter. You know, how hard is that? Well, it wouldn't fit because the nut that is in this guy, it was screwed up in there like this, and this nut's too big. Luckily, I had a few oil pans laying around the place, and I was able to find the one I needed. So it was this guy here. This one was beyond repair. This has been sitting outside for a year, and the threads are just caked with rust, and it just literally almost ate the threads off. So even after cleaning it up, it was no good. But I found one in the garage. It was the right one. So basically, I think the easiest way, from what I see, to identify them is one's got the Allen head on the inside, and that's the smaller one that'll fit your, you know, F-body oil filters, etc. And then this guy is, I don't know if that was like for trucks. And I got this out of a truck pan, so I don't know this. Somewhere along the line, GM just did a mix match because fuck you. Right? So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Here are the lines that I cut, the hard lines. Originally I was trying to keep those, but that's just how it goes sometimes. What size do we think these are? So it's got 2 as well. I'm gonna try to take hopefully the small one out. Oh, look at that, I already got it out. How fucking fortunate is that? Kinda got it out. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So this guy's got kind of the same deal going on as a front one. It's like that little flare nut. Hopefully this will fit. Come on, it would just be nice. It would be nice if something worked. Of course not. Why would I expect that to fucking work? Alright, so we got this guy in here. I don't know. Maybe I could take out these guys. Alright, like I said, if these guys even start to look funny, then I'm out of here, because I'd rather just order a fucking right fitting than fuck up. Alright. Well, that wasn't too bad. And you know what's going to happen is I'm going to pull this out and check, and it's still not going to be the right size. But who knows? We'll check. It's worth checking, right? It seems like it might actually work. If I can line this guy up without getting all this old grime and transmission grease in here. You don't want to get tranny fluid on you. I am going to throw just a little bit of thread sealant on here because it looks sketchy. And because I actually bought some the other day, so let's use it. It puts lotion on its skin. And everything's just kind of perfect today. So we got these guys on. All right, Emil. And they are gonna run along. I think we'll bring them up this rail. And we'll spit them out up there. So it's going to be there and up top. Oh, kind of like barely enough. So we will be judicious. So we'll be cautious with what we got. I think we'll just start with one end, we'll run it, and then we'll take the other one and do it as well. Okay, surprisingly, that went well. So we just got to run this guy along the frame rail right here. The great thing about knowing nothing about automatic transmissions is you just can't fuck it up. So, like, does the bottom one go to the top one go to the bottom? I don't know, we're just gonna pick one. Alright, so that guy is back there and it runs along the fuel rail right here and spits out over here, and we'll just stick it down to there. So I'll need a little bit of extra line, so we'll kind of go right to there. So if we do that, and that should give me enough, but not too much. Then all we gotta do is we'll go there, we'll throw an end on that guy, and then we'll throw an end on the other side, and then we'll have the last one done. There's my mom. What did I tell you? Hello? Dan. Look at that, we even got like enough hose left over to make another one. Every once in a while you just get lucky, I guess. Alright, let's get over here and we'll get these guys put on for goods. For reals. Alright, so those guys we just plumbed into there. and it goes over to the fuel, over here to the subframe. I keep calling this the fuel rail. It's not the fuel rail. It is a rail that has a fuel line, but it's not the fuel rail, it's the subframe. And then it just kind of goes along the inside of that, underneath those suspension parts up there, and zooms into the radiator. So get that top one put in, and that'll be buttoned up. I'm telling you, things are going awesome today. It's going to be a wonderful day. How's that for getting the shot, huh?